What's good, y'all? It's your girl Rana Samone, aka Rain Dollars, and welcome back to Dollasmenu. So today on the menu, we cooking up Bantu knots. Basically, you know, it's November. We get into that silk press season, and all the natural girls want to straighten their hair. But you know, any natural that's straightening in November, you played yourself. So this video is going to be about how to maintain that silk press and make it last just a couple days longer. And then when you're finally over it, you don't like the way it's turning out, what to do next. So we have a few options, of course. One of the options I realized I never featured on the channel was Bantu knots. This time I did it with hair added because I wanted a little extra oomph. Be sure to stay tuned. If you think you like this style, if you've always thought about trying it, stay tuned to see how I got it done. And also, I just want to know, this style cost me $5. Like, what? Alright, y'all, so this is my hair right now after a few days. Still a really cute press. It's real bouncy, real, you know, 20s. Just that real fluffy type of hair. So to maintain my silk press, I basically just go in with my same sponge rollers that I showed y'all how to use a couple of videos ago. So I'm gonna just show you how to put a few in. So this is my in-between style. As my style starts to get older. Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your girl Voiceover Dollars here. Basically, I just go in with my sponge rollers. This is an easy way to maintain your silk press, especially if you get your silk press curled real tight, or even if you don't. Your hair will most likely train or adapt to the rollers. It's a good way also if your roots start to get puffy, if you work out. This is a good way to just keep that bounce and volume in your hair so you can still wear it out a little longer. I like to go from the top down so I can know how many I have left, and then I just throw my bonnet on and go to sleep. So the next morning, I usually take them out the opposite way now, though, from neck to the front, from nape to the crown. And I'll just pull them out, let the curls kind of sit where they may. And you'll see them, they're just really bouncy, really flowy, and it just gives your hair something to do, basically. As you can see, my roots are starting to revert back to its natural texture. So it's just a good way to maintain my hair. From there, I just comb out each individual curl, and then I kind of just run my fingers through it and place my hands where they want to. I've worn it with a headband, some up in the front, and yeah, it's just a great way to keep my hair stretched out and maintain my silk press so I don't have to add any heat, and that is the main priority for me. After a while, it's time to switch styles, and that's exactly what I did. I wanted to do the Bantu knots. I had gel, some edge control, rubber bands, a brush, and of course a 3-pack of the Connect Along hair. It was $5, and it's one of those packs that has like 3 bundles of the braided hair in it. And yeah, so I brushed my hair out, and from here in the front, I did 5 parts. I decided I wanted to do a Bantu knot right in the middle instead of splitting it like a middle part, because sometimes to me it looks like horns. So I decided to go for 5 across the front of my head. I decided to do a kind of square part in the middle, but almost like a trapezoid. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically I wanted a squarish looking part in the middle, and then the other 2 to be triangle parts getting closer to my ear. You're going to make sure you like your parts. Go ahead and put some of that gel on, even a little edge control if you like your parts really, really crisp. And go ahead and apply a rubber band. Of course, here you can use a trick. Some people put their rubber bands in oil. If you do not like rubber bands on your hair, you always can just take these same parts and put a loose braid in them, because we're still going to use a crochet method. It would still work. You just crochet underneath the braid and it'll give the same effect. But look how my hair's still bouncing. I was like, Raina, you could have waited a little longer. So now I have my 5 parts across the front, and I'm going to do that to the rest of the hair as well. Now that I have the rest of my hair parted, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the braided hair. So like I said, it came 3 bundles to a pack. I would take one of the bundles that's seen here, split that in half, then split that in threes. Those 3 pieces will make 3 Bantu knots, and that's how thick I made mine. So to get my hair into my crochet needle, this is an important step. You're going to take that piece of hair, your third, and you're going to twist it with a little bit of gel right in the middle of that piece of hair. That's what you're going to loop into your crochet needle, and then you're going to go ahead, close the latch, and attempt to pull it through. We'll see it again later. Seen here, you'll see we'll throw the crochet needle under our rubber band, pull it through, latch on our hair, and then you want to pull it through. There should be a loop on the other side, and you're just going to pull through one end. And it should look like this. You should have one end of the braided hair on one side and the other side, and your hair in the middle. So I had to get a few down so I could properly explain what I was doing, because I didn't really know I was doing either. But here we go again. So showing it again, we're going to put our crochet needle through. I like to loop my braided hair around my finger so that I could go ahead and place it in the crochet needle, close it, and pull it through. There should be a loop, and then you're going to grab one side of that loop and pull it all the way through. Now this is the tricky part. At some point in this clip, I'm going to be trying to explain it through the camera, but nothing really tricky about Bantu knots. Basically, whichever way I'm twisting the actual hair, you want to also twist the Bantu knot. So right here you see in the camera I was twisting counterclockwise. I'm also going to send my Bantu knot counterclockwise. So you want to just grab all the hair and just start twisting. It'll blend almost effortlessly, especially since you will apply gel the whole way down. You're going to take that and start your first loop. You see that bend right there? And you're just going to keep following that same pattern, tucking it underneath, and keep going around. I will admit, and this is why I use this specific click, sometimes it doesn't work, or like right there, the hair will slip. It's okay, because of the pressure you're putting, still trying to twist the rest of the braiding hair, sometimes it's going to slip out. So it's best to twist a little, try to wrap a little, twist a little, try to wrap a little, and when it doesn't work, just come off a little bit, twist it real good again, and keep going back around until you get a really good anchor. So the key to Bantu knots, like I said, you could start, instead of how my rubber bands are really close to the scalp, you could pull them a little bit away to relieve some of the tension. I just wanted mine really tight, but you want to be careful of any tension bumps or anything like that. So watch how much tension you're putting on your hair. This is even when you're doing regular Bantu knots. So you're going to take that whole piece that's coming out of the rubber band now with your hair at it, twist in one direction. Once it starts to buckle, you'll follow that direction with the Bantu knot and keep twisting and laying it underneath. I hope that makes sense to somebody who doesn't really understand what I'm saying. But if not, hopefully the video makes sense going along with it. You want to keep applying your gel all the way down the whole time. This is going to help blend the hair. It's going to help give it a smoother look, and it's just going to give a shine to that braided hair. So keep twisting down. You see now I'm all the way at the end. You can twist the whole thing before, but it's just so long that it makes sense to just twist and then wrap. So I'm going to twist, and then now I'm towards the end. I'm just going to keep following it. Even if it's the tiniest piece of braided hair, just keep on trapping it underneath. And that's how your Bantu knot is basically going to stay. We're going to go in with one singular rubber band. In the end, I did end up putting 2 on each just for security. And just throw it in there, and it's going to kind of disappear underneath. And that's your Bantu knot. Alright, here's me doing another one in sped up motion. You saw there that I twisted pretty far down before I began my Bantu knot. That is what I found to be the most effective method. And as soon as I got an anchor, then I don't have to worry about it. Just keep twisting until it disappears and rubber band it. It took me about, I would say, 3 hours to do this whole head. There's 15 Bantu knots in my head. And then I pulled out my baby hairs. And I think it came out so cute. My parts are not neat at all, but I think it's still a really adorable, really quirky style for the holiday. Okay, I had to take a little break so I could lay my edges down. Now this is the complete and final look. I think it's really daring and kind of outgoing, especially for the holidays. It could be really cute, and you could dress it up by, you know, adding the pins or the decorative thread to add some color. So overall, I think this is really cute. It's a style I've always wanted to try, and it's a perfect style to do on like an old silk press because your roots are already flat. You're gonna get good parts, and I love that about it. And with a touch of makeup, it's like boom, like this is editorial. So overall, I would give it a 7 out of 10. So all I did to sleep was put on my big Humble Glow bonnet. It's just a huge bonnet, so I just wore it and went to sleep. I think the style would last up or last long, so that's another pro about it. It is difficult to sleep in, as like you could expect, but I wouldn't say it's tight wise or tension wise for my girls who worry about that. It gives me the vibes of like if you get fresh braids and you know they're like super tight, or like straight backs. I don't put a lot of tension on my hair throughout the year, so it's new for me. Sometimes my head is just like, what is going on? I typically always wear my fro. This is the first time I straighten my hair all year, so it's just one of those things, like, it's what you could take. My tip, if you're gonna try this style, like I showed you in these clips previous of the tutorial of how to do it, just be sure to, you really could leave your rubber band like an inch away from your scalp, because if you think about it, once you start twisting the hair in, it's gonna tighten up when you wrap it. This is the same tip you would use if you're doing Bantu knots with your natural hair. You want to start kind of like an inch away from the scalp because it tightens as you go. So that's the only thing. I think I did them maybe just a tad too tight, but I'm not getting any tension bumps. If you start to see tension bumps or anything like that, or it's like super like you know, raw to the touch type, it's take them out, maybe try again, you know, like a little later. You never want to ruin your hair with the protective style, so that's the point. I'm feeling this. I think I could probably wear it for like a week or so. I feel like it definitely would last, especially since it is tight. And I think as like the days go on, it will be easier to sleep on. You just kind of like support your neck, but it actually got more comfortable as the night went on, so I'll just say that. But this is what I would do, you know, with my silk press. If I wasn't gonna go Bantu knot, I would go flexi rod. So if y'all want to check out that video, I have videos on my channel of how to do flexi rods on your natural hair. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Drop some comments below, like, would you try this style? What do you think? Do you like it on me? What's good? Like, would you wear this? It's your girl Rain Dollars. Peace.